How's Lockie going today?
Oh, he's going great. We've only had 2 sessions with him, but he's fitted in really well. The boys have accepted him into the group, and he's getting to know everyone, all the names, all the players, and yeah, couldn't be happy with the way he settled in.
Have you got a position in your team for him yet?
I don't know. We've got to name a team today, and there's 6 days left until we play. So still got 4 or 5 more sessions, and for him to feel more comfortable, which is good for him. It gives him an opportunity to prove to us that he should be in the team. But he'll be named in the 22 today, and we'll make those decisions later in the week.
Is there any chance he'll play reserve grade? He said he's open to anything.
Yeah, that was part of the conversation we had when we signed him, that he was really comfortable with understanding he had to come here and earn the right to be in our team, and he had no qualms about that, which was awesome. That's a sign of his character, that he was happy to come here and play reserve grade and bide his time. But the first 2 sessions he's had here, he's impressed us all with his attitude and his work ethic, and if he continues that, then he'll be in the team before long.
Suggestions that he'll somehow unsettle the playing group. How do you respond to that?
No, if something like that upsets or disrupts the playing group, then our culture wasn't as strong as what we thought it was. I'm really confident our culture is strong enough to have people come into our group and accept them with open arms, and that's what I've seen over the last couple of days.
Just on that, Cam, what would you say to the line of thinking of, you're going so well this season, 9 wins, top of the table. What would you say to people going, do you need someone like Lachlan Galvin on the team?
Oh, I think that's a pretty short-sighted view. Like, our job in this club is to try and get better every day, and we've got to make decisions that are in the best interest of the club, and bringing someone of Lockie's calibre into this team and this club is a decision made in the best interest of this club and in the best interest of us getting better. So we think we definitely know we've made the right decision. The way he's come here and impressed everyone again with his attitude and his work ethic has been really good, and he's going to be a great player for us into the future.
It was a pretty messy exit, I guess, from the Tigers. Have you seen ego or anything like that from him?
None at all. None at all.
Cam, short term you said you'll be part of the squad this week. Long term, do you have a preference? Do you see him as a 5'8", the half-back, a lock, as been mentioned?
Well, we've signed a lot of really good utility players over the last few years that no one can really understand why, and he's got that utility value. Like, he can play in the halves, he's played fullback, he's played back row, he's played lock. Through his junior career, he's just a quality player and a quality person that we think is going to make our team better. So that's why we brought him here. I've seen him train for 2 sessions now. I've been really impressed with what he's done. Really excited to see him train for the rest of the week.
Cam, the 6 to 8 week circus surrounding him could have broken many a teenager, but how impressed have you been with his character and attitude that you spoke about through all this?
Yeah, again, that's another quality that we were drawn into Lockie. Just the way he's handled this period, I think it's been first class for a 19-year-old. To come out and play in a couple of those games under that amount of pressure was just really impressive. So, that's what you want out of your players, and when you get to the big stage, they can handle playing under that pressure, and he's shown that he's been able to do that over the last 6 or 8 weeks.
For someone like Toby Sexton, obviously he's in that 7 jersey, a lot of talk that Galvin comes in and 3 doesn't fit into 2. Have you had chats with Toby and obviously the role, he's played such a crucial role this season, but have you sort of assured him that he will play a big role towards this business end?
Yeah, we spoke to our whole team about that. Like, my job's really simple at times. I've just got to pick the best 17 players to help us win footy games on the weekend, and that's what we've done all year, and that's what we'll continue to do. And Toby knows he's the master of his own destiny there. He's, if he's playing his best footy and he's the best option for us to win games, then he'll be in that number 7 jersey, and that's the same for anyone else in our squad and in our club. If you want to play first grade, be the best player in your position, do your job, and there's a spot for you there.
There was talk that perhaps he, with a little bit of a dip of form, that he might be dropped. Will he be the 7 on Monday?
Yes, Toby will be the halfback on Monday against the Eels, and he's had a great opportunity all year to get all the reps of training and all these games, and he's done some things really well, and we've been really open about some things we want him to do better, and he's working really hard on that, and now our coaches are working really hard with him on that, as they are with every other player in the squad.
Will Reed be the hooker?
Yeah, Reed will be the hooker too. There's no other decisions there. We're really comfortable internally with what we're doing, and boys have come back from a break last week over the bye, trained really well.
Is that a bit of a hard message, I guess, for Toby to swallow, though, when he has been the halfback in a winning team? And then, obviously, there's been something that you've seen there where you felt like you have had to come bring someone in?
Yeah, I don't know, it's probably a question for him, but, you know, internally we're always looking to get better, every individual, every part of our game, and they're just conversations we have every week. So, you know, Toby's not the only one we're talking to about how he can improve his game. Every single player is having those conversations and getting feedback every week. So, you know, that's part of how we're trying to get better every day, and I feel like we're on the right trajectory there.
Is it a vote of confidence that a young man who's got his whole career in front of him sees that this club is in the right direction and wants to come here, when other teams were quite keen on his services?
Yeah, possibly. You know, it's a nice vote of confidence for what we're doing, but yeah, again, it's probably one for Lockie, I suppose. But yeah, we're really stoked to have him in this in our organisation, and think he's going to be a great player for us into the future.
Ciro, is it a difficult position for you to be in now, having brought through all these guys like Toby who've been working hard for the last few years, ever since the Wooden Spoon years, to now be thinking about... Sorry?
Wooden Spoon years? Oh, yeah.
And to now be thinking about replacing some of these guys that you've worked with a few years with players like Galvin.
Yeah, and that's one of the hardest parts of coaching, because you know, it's like being a parent and your kids moving out of home. It's, you know, you see them grow up and you see them develop, you see them build their lives off the field, and you know, it's something I'm going to have to get better at, is understanding that guys are going to move on for better opportunities, and as we grow as a club, that some of our players are going to get poached as well. So yeah, that's part of the challenge of coaching, but also if we can create an environment where players are leaving for better opportunities and more money and help their families, then that's something we'll be really proud of as well.
Do you feel under any pressure to get Lockie's development right? He's spoken about development being the reason he's moved here. Do you feel under pressure to get that right?
No, not really. I think you know, we understand internally what our processes are and what we want to do as a club. We've been really clear on our vision and how we want to go about that. So I don't feel any pressure in that. I think we create an environment that's awesome for developing better people and better players every day, and we've done that really well over the last couple of years, and hopefully we can continue to do that.
Can with the senior players talk to you before you signed Galvin?
Yeah, they were, and they were all really excited about him coming to join our club. We had a couple of spots in our top 30 open, which we left open for reasons like this, in case a quality player pops up. And when Lockie said that he wanted to come join our club, definitely spoke to a couple of senior players, and yeah, they were really excited about him coming.
Do you think the Lockie Galvin haircut's going to catch on?
I did say to him he looked a bit like Lloyd Christmas, and he said he didn't know, he's never seen Dumb and Dumber before, so I'm going to have to sit him down to watch Dumb and Dumber.
You had some players out in Origin 1 and given form probably for Origin 2 and 3. Is that a good period, I guess, for you to experiment with your lineup and with Lockie in that lineup?
Possibly. It's a really tricky period for us. Like we're new to having this number of players in Origin. We've also got some injuries and suspension, so our depth's really been tested over the last few weeks. But it's also created opportunities for other people to come into the team, and some of those guys have done really well. So we've got to keep it as stable as possible through this period, and but also adding someone of Lockie's talent into our squad somewhere is going to be a really big bonus for us.
Did you guys and Gus play a role in making this early release happen, or was it the Tigers that came to you first?
I don't think so, no. I think it was pretty clear that he was going to get released, and that's when we became interested. Obviously, when it looked like being 2027, that was too far away from us to worry about, and we were on our own process. But when it became something that we could, someone we could add immediately to our squad, it became pretty enticing for us, and we weighed up the pros and cons, and to add someone of Lockie's talent immediately into our squad and give us more depth when, last game I think we had 10 or 11 players missing. He gives us more depth for the rest of the season and gives a really quality player for the next 3 years. That's what it came down to.
How excited does it make you for the rest of the year, Cam? Like, obviously the team's already going so well, you had someone like Lockie. How pumped are you?
Yeah, I'm really excited that he's chosen to join our club. It's he's got a lot of talent. He's only 19. He's still, he's going to be learning for a long time. But I'm just so excited about the attitude he's come in with. He's 2 days here. He's been the first one here. He's been the last to leave. And I know when you're doing that you're going to go a long way towards reaching your potential. So very exciting what he can add to our football team. when he gets the opportunity. But yeah, at the moment he's just got to try and understand what we're about, how we like to play, and what our systems are.
You've worked with a lot of young players sort of at Penrith and here. I know it's early days, but is there anyone who sort of reminds you of the way he's sort of going about his work? So?
Oh, nah, not really. Like, yeah, he's his own unique player. Yeah, he moves really well. He's got some talent there, but as I said, he's 19. He's got a lot to learn, and we're excited about being on that journey with him.
Cameron, do you get worried at all about the optics of like how it's all played out? And obviously, there's people that don't believe the narrative that you weren't in it from the start. Do you get concerned about that at all?
Not really. The main thing I'm concerned about is what our players know to be the truth, and that, we've been really transparent with them. When it did become part of the equation, the Lockie was coming here, we had those conversations with our senior players and with the guys that probably affects more than others, and everyone's really there's been a lot of honesty and a lot of transparency in what we're doing internally. So what it looks like from the outside, I'm not really fussed about.
Just from Stephen Crichton, he hurt his elbow in Origin. Do we know how he is? Is he okay? Or?
Yeah, he's great. He came in this morning. He was given a few days off after Origin. He's come back, bounced in today, and looking refreshed. And as I said, we've got a long turnaround into Monday's game, so he'll get some work done this week and be ready to go.
Just on Monday, how important is the Good Friday experience for this team? Sounds like it could be, 60,000, 70,000 again against a local rival. Now this team's had that experience in front of a big crowd. How important is that going to be for Monday?
That's great. That's the unique thing about this club. It gives us experiences like this in big stadiums and big crowds, and something our players, they love it. They really look forward to these occasions. They embrace it. But at the end of the day, we've got to get there and play our style of footy for 80 minutes. Last couple of games we probably haven't hit the mark with where we want to be, and it's been a long time between games, so we've got a lot of work to do this week and put us in good stead for next Monday.